Hey, welcome to another League of Pioneer. This time I am playing a deck that I cannot even remotely claim is particularly good. Um, this is my own creation. I thought of it last night and started brewing, and this is where we're at after a good couple hours of playing and iterating. A good many hours of playing and iterating. So to start off, yes, I know this deck is not remotely competitively viable, but it's really fun to play. So here's the idea. We are a Super Friends deck that is trying to abuse Fires of Invention. We want to get out Fires of Invention and then use it to play a whole bunch of Planeswalkers and then win with Planeswalker value. To go along with this, we've got Deafening Clarion and Supreme Verdict as wraths to kill all the creatures that are trying to kill us and our Planeswalkers. And then we have a giant pile of Planeswalkers. We're playing 17 Planeswalkers, I think. So we've got, at the low end, Narset, Teferi, and Oko, all of which are really, really good. Oko's mostly useful for making annoying artifacts and annoying creatures into 3/3s. 3/3s, conveniently, die to a Deafening Clarion, so it's nice to be like, hey, your Paradox Engine, that's a 3/3, and also it's dead. So Oka's been decent, not so good against the aggro matchups, or some of the aggro matchups. Some matchups, creating food is good against the red decks. Against the green creature decks, turning them into a 3/3 doesn't really impact their effectiveness, because they're mostly just 3/3s attacking you, so you tend to side them out there. Teferi and Narset are just amazing. Teferi's good against shuts down Marvel, shuts down end of turn stuff on our turn, shuts down just a lot of nonsense, prevents Nexus from casting stuff with its Reclamation mana, all that kind of stuff. Narset, great against all of the combo decks trying to draw a bunch of cards, just good in general as a, well, we've got 31 non-creatures, so Narset's Dig gets us some options. And the passives on Narset and Teferi are super helpful at giving us game against combo and control. Going up to 4, Fires of Invention, obviously the key card in the deck. Jace, his plus has been actually really good against all of these people that are trying to go wide with a bunch of things. You play Jace, plus, very commons, play Fires, play Jace, plus Jace. They can't kill Jace on their turn, and then you minus Jace, find something to play with Fires, and play it with Fires on the next turn. Moving up to 5, we've got Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and Nicol Bolas, Dragon God, both of which are just absurdly powerful. Nicol Bolas especially in this deck because, well, you've got tons of Planeswalkers, you've got tons of Planeswalkers' abilities to think of, and it's also one of the better win conditions because when you actually need to end the game, you just say, -8, I've killed all of your stuff by now, I just win. And then Teferi, people don't really need to know that Teferi's a good card, everybody already knows that. Oath of Teferi, I think, is one of the more interesting inclusions here. There's some really cute interactions with, you cast 2 Planeswalkers a turn with Fires of Invention, so you cast a Planeswalker, cast another Planeswalker, use both of them twice. That's just an insane amount of value and ability to affect the board in one turn. What's also really cute about Oath of Teferi is you can cast a Planeswalker, like Nicol Bolas. Assume you have the Fires of Invention out. You cast Bolas, then you cast Oath of Teferi, that's your second spell. It comes into play, you exile your field of Fires of Invention until the end of turn. Now that Fires of Invention isn't in play, you're no longer restricted to casting 2 spells a turn, so all of the mana that you have untapped because you haven't spent anything yet, you can use to cast another spell. So, like an hour ago, I went, I had Fires out, I went Nicol Bolas, Oath of Teferi, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, plus, 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 and I draw 4 cards, you exile 2 cards. And that game didn't last very much longer. Elspeth and Garruk, just to have a couple different named Planeswalkers in case of Pithing Needles and stuff like that at the top end. and also Nicol Bolas Dragon God Pharaoh. All of them have, performed pretty well. At the low end, Heart of Kirin, we've got tons of Planeswalkers, so it's a very good threat that survives our Wraths that can pressure other Planeswalkers, and at 2 mana, there's very few things that it can't profitably block on turn 3, so you can go Heart of Kirin into like Oko or Teferi or Narset and be actually really stable on the ground for a little bit until you go and Supreme Verdict them later. We've also got 3 Fae of Wishes, which everybody knows, or not everybody, but those who play Standard know that Fae of Wishes, Fire of Invention is a pretty silly combo, and so we've got a couple things in our wish board. Really, the sideboard is the most work in progress. We got Authority of the Consuls for aggro, not part of the wish board, and then an extra Narset, an Ashiok, some Pithing Needles, Grafdigger's Cage, Rest in Peace. The most, like, I would only use this as part of Fae of Wishes, is deploy the Gatewatch. So when you're late game and you draw a Fae of Wishes and you need to just win the game because you're low on gas or something in some kind of mid-rangey control matchup, going Fires of Invention, cast Granted, and then deploy the Gatewatch and just like dump 2 stupid powerful Planeswalkers in play. It's pretty good. So anyways, the mana, we've got 6 tap lands because the temples, the Scry is pretty useful, and generally, since, we don't have a single 1-drop in the deck, we can take the time to do it. Interplanar Beacon is really, really useful. We have tons of Planeswalkers, it'll gain you many, many life over the course of a game, and then the rest of this is just like red and white lands so that we can cast Fires of Invention, Supreme Verdict, and Deafening Clarion at the right time. It's worth noting that you only need 1 Interplanar Beacon to cast any Planeswalker that's not Nicol Bolas Dragon God. I have cast Bolas Dragon God without fires off of 3 Interplanar Beacons before, but that's kind of rare. Yeah, this hand looks amazing. Like, depending on what my opponent shows me, I will either lead on Glacial Fortress to cast a turn 2 Fae of Wishes, which is looking like what I'm going to do. Yeah. So against goblins, I'm guessing it's some kind of pretty fast deck. It looks fast to me. So I just want to get the Fae of Wishes out there, and then I'll try to use the Temple of Triumph to find an untapped. So next turn I'll use Temple of Triumph, try to find an untapped land so I can go turn 4 Fire Supreme Verdict, and then if I can do that, I should probably be in pretty good shape if I'm not basically dead to the Pile Driver. We'll see what how much damage the Pile Driver can dish out in the first couple turns. That's a lot of goblins. So I need an untapped land. Alright, that's it. So let's play the Temple of Triumph. I do actually want to draw another land after that, so I'm happy to keep that. So I don't know what 2 cards you could have that would really kill me. So I'm going to take a whole bunch of damage. Down to 9. Might as well get my 1 damage in before I wrath the board. Alright, so my opponent has 3 lands and a treasure, and next turn I'm going to go like Teferi, Teferi. Rabblemaster is actually one of the best draws you could have had. That's true. probably sequenced that just a little bit wrong. Really depends on what I draw, whether or not it matters. The only thing I can think of that it would really matter is if I drew Interplanar Beacon, I could have gained an extra life by playing that first. Didn't matter. Alright, well, I've got 2 Planeswalkers. So if he doesn't draw a haste threat, then I'm going to Oath of Teferi and plus Teferi twice next turn. Okay. I'm not going to get a next turn because he's done. Rightfully so. So against aggro, all of the Wrath type effects and the Authority of the Consuls. Oko doesn't look too good. He's got mostly just cheap creatures. I could probably shave a Dragon God and a God Pharaoh. And then maybe an Oath of Teferi as well. I can use the Fae of Wishes to get whatever big and gamey threat I need. For the most part, the plan is just I'm playing against a creature aggro deck, and I've got essentially 8 Wraths plus Authority of the Consuls. So he's going to just get all of his stuff killed. It's all going to die. Alright, well, we got Authority of the Consuls, Deafening Clarion. Looks good to me. So I'm going to lead on Temple of Enlightenment. Yeah, I'll keep a redundant Clarion. Alright. I'll take my beats. That's less interesting. I'll get enough lands, I think, for the moment. All right, well. I guess, like, I'm not showing off the power of the Planeswalker part of this deck, but sometimes your opponent just is playing a dorky creature deck and you just kill all their stuff. Alright. Nice game. I could go for a Interplanar Beacon so that I can cast Garruk on 6. I've never been on 6 mana and not had the ability to cast Garruk. I've always either had a Beacon or a... Oh, so I'd have a Beacon next turn. Nice. So I'd probably just do Granted since he wasn't going to do anything, find some powerful late game tool, and just blow him to bits. But yeah, that's basically how we drew up aggro. Okay, my Planeswalkers might not matter, but my Wraths sure do. It gets a little trickier when you're playing against the aggros that have, like, Gideon and Nissa and vehicles. Those ones kind of get tricky because you can't really Wrath their board very effectively. You have to, like, kind of trade off Planeswalkers and try to get their... the thing is that most of the Planeswalkers that I'm playing... Oh, wow. Pascal Maynard. Okay. Playing against someone who's good at Magic. Oh, well, I like this hand. I get to go Heart of Kiran into Oko. That seems not terrible. He's mulliganing to 5 on the draw. Well, I mean, he could still be combo and kick my butt. We'll find out. Alright, let's play out our lands. Botanical Sanctum, Gilded Goose. Okay. He's doing the start. Let's get a Heart of Kiran out there. And we have a choice between Oko and Teferi next turn. It's kind of nice. So it looks like he's playing some kind of Bant. Planeswalkers, probably playing... Okay, there's the Oko. Alright, so let's... create a food, punches Oko for 4. So I'm guessing this is some kind of Saheeli deck. So, against Saheeli, Authority of the Consoles, Pithing Needle, and Jace all make the Felidar combo not work. With Authority, all of the cats come into play tapped. With Pithing Needle, they can't activate Saheeli. And with Jace, all of the cats attack and then become 0 power and do nothing. So, I haven't played against the Cats deck recently. Recently, I mean, like in the last couple leagues. Played against it yesterday, but that's like a whole day ago, and I've been playing Magic all the time. So, we'll see. I don't know how this match is going to go. Certainly, him mulliganing to 5 definitely helped. But you could see like how Heart of Kiran into Planeswalker just presents a kind of awkward question for the opponent to answer. Is like, all right, well, he's just like plussing his Oko for food and creatures, and it also punched my Oko for 4. How do you effectively defend against that? If I draw a mountain, I can do a Deafening Clarion or play either Planeswalker. If I don't draw a land, it's basically just a fairy and then bounce something. Alright, so he's elking my Heart of Kiran. Toolcraft Exemplar. That is not a card that I expected to see. Alright, well that's actually kind of cool. I'm happy about this. Alright, so let's turn the food into an elk. Let's attack his Oko. He'll draw his card. So is he gonna let his Oko die or kill or let both of his creatures die? I'm guessing he's letting his Oko die. I don't think he can just sacrifice the amount of board presence that his creatures give him. Yeah, I'm correct. So I'm gonna just bounce this Toolcraft Exemplar. I don't care if he kills the Teferi Time Raveler, like, whatever. I've got more Planeswalkers. I just want to make sure that I get my... Yeah, sure. Fires. Alright, let's Elk the Tracker. And then let's just cast a beacon. So, I don't want fires because I already have the fires and I don't have red. I'll probably take the Narset pile and ignore the land. Oh, or he'll just concede because... Yeah, I was pretty ahead there. Like, Jace, Oko, multiple Elks. He didn't really have anything going on. So, Supreme Verdict looks pretty good against that pile. And so does another Deafening Clarion, I think. I think of the Gideon's probably low impact. The bonus loyalty's been kind of nice, and getting 2 1/1s to block on turn 3 has been okay. Flickering it with Oath of Teferi hasn't been awful, but on the whole, like, Oath of Gideon's probably not, in the end, worthwhile. Don't actually know. Toolcraft Exemplar is kind of weird to me. I don't really know what to expect from that. I feel like this is still kind of a mid-range battle. I feel like I should just shave a Dragon God, but that might be wrong. I'll shave an Oath of Teferi. Pithing Needle is interesting, but I would have cited it in if I had seen more indication of the Saheeli combo, but I didn't. I just, like, Toolcraft Exemplar with Saheeli, that doesn't seem quite right. You know, Toolcraft probably indicates... no, I should have at least a needle. What do I want to go down? Well, the game started. We'll find out next turn. Next. Alright, yeah, this hand has definitely got the early game that it needs. You know, Heart of Kirin into Teferi. Fave Wishes. Alright, so Narset. Do I want a Narset? Yeah, I think Narset's probably better than the average card that I could draw. Sorry, not Heart of Kirin. I want to cast Fave Wishes. It's a good blocker. I'm probably just going to go Teferi, bounce the Heart of Kirin next turn, is my expectation. Yeah, this is just kind of like a mid-rangey pile with vehicles. Keep my blocker around. And then let's go Teferi. Bounce the heart. And sure, I'm going to lose the Teferi, but he drew me a card, and he's going to waste a bunch of attacks, and he's going to waste some mana, and then I'll keep going from there. Too bad I can't grant it for fires. What can I grant it for? I could grant it for Pithing Needle. Or Deafening Clarion. I don't think I quite want to be there right now. I don't know why I blocked. That was actually a bad choice, because it was dead no matter what. I mean, I guess, like, I don't really lose anything. So I could... I could play the Heart of Kirin, but I'm just Narset and Impulse. Try to get some kind of Wrath or Deafening Clarion. Well, draw it. Alright. But the same principle applies as last turn. Okay, he's going to trade some time, and trading time for my Narset, but my Narset drew me a card, so I'm not losing cards in this buying time process. And then if I can draw a Wrath, I'm obviously up like a tremendous amount if I can draw a Wrath. So you should probably attack me with the heart and then Narset with everything else. That seems like the attack to do. me, Narset, Narset, Narset. Okay, well. Verdict. Alright. So do I cast the verdict here? I think the answer is yes. He does get the voice token, so if he's got another creature, he can man the Heart of Kirin and attack me on the next turn, and that would be a little awkward. If he can't man the Heart of Kirin, then I'm in good shape. Alright. What's he got? Oko. Oko is probably the best draw he could have gotten. He can attack me for 9 here or something? Yeah, I think I'm just dead. If he doesn't kill me, and I draw a land that's untapped, then I can play Garruk and 0 it, and make some chump blockers, and it would also be somewhat hard for him to counterattack and kill the Garruk. Alright, so he's just going to attack for 10, and I'm going to be dead. Too bad verdict does not do it. Alright, well. There's some lightning. Alright, so I think I'm going to shave a Dragon God. I think I just don't really have the time for that. And then I think a Needle. And another Deafening Clarion in exchange for maybe the other Oath. Just go up all the hate pieces. The awkward thing is that, like, we're both running Oko and we're both running Heart, so needling them could hurt me a little. Alright. This is fine. I will keep a land. I definitely need to hit my 4th land drop to do fires. And then I'll save this Needle to see what he plays. If he plays... Well, if he plays Heart, then I Needle Heart. Easy. And if he doesn't, then I think strongly about needling Oko. Well, I obviously named Smuggler's Captor. Yeah, I'm in for verdict. I am definitely in for verdict. So he can turn the Needle into a Elk with Oko if he has it. But honestly, I'm not that concerned about it. And then next turn, I have Fires into Drawn from Dreams, and then I have Fires in play, and a Wrath, and whatever I get off Drawn from Dreams. So I feel like I'm in good shape if that happens. And it doesn't feel like he's playing a lot of Disruption. Definitely feels more of an aggro-y type thing. So there's the Oko. And he turns the Copter into an Elk. And has no good attacks. Well, I'm going to play the Fires, and I'm going to cast Drawn from Dreams. Interesting. Okay, so what do I not want? I probably want the Do I want the verdict or the... Like... So what can Fae of Wishes get me? I could get another Pithing Needle, I could get a Nickel Bolas, I could get an Oath of Teferi, I could get a Deploy the Gatewatch in 2 turns. I feel like I'm going to take the Fae of Wishes. Actually, I do have a Fae in play, although I guess it does kind of require me to discard 2 cards to pick it back up. I'm going to take the Fae and the Deafening Clarion, actually. And the reason I'm taking Deafening Clarion is because Oko's making things into 3/3s. There's a good possibility that next turn I just Clarion away his stuff and then have a surviving Fae of Wishes while basically a Supreme Verdict that keeps my Fae of Wishes alive. And since I've got... Okay. Sure. So things I know. I'm going to attack Teferi. I'm going to play Fires. I'm going to play a land. And now I'm going to decide which of these 3 spells I want to cast. If I cast Teferi N-, he will kill Teferi. I will get a couple cards. I will save a few life. He'll do me maybe 3 damage or something. I think I want... I think I said Teferi when I meant Jace. Yeah, this looks good. I like these options. I imagine he will split Elspeth and Elspeth versus the other 2, and I will probably want to take... Ooh. Because if I take Elspeth, I'm not guaranteed to be able to cast it. I'm going to just take these 2. Teferi, bouncing my Fires of Invention again. That is irritating. Question, is Oko going to make the food into an elk? Okay, good. So he's going to kill my Jace, and he's going to hit me for 4. So now I Fires. Kill his Teferi, and realize that I punted because I could have gained 1 life this turn. Oh well, so if I die by 1 life, I know I fucked up. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. That's the first time I've ever been able to be in a position to gain life off of the Deafening Clarion uh, when using it to kill creatures. Tireless Tracker. So, do we want to spin the wheel? I think it might be time. I think it might be time to spin the wheel and see what we get by wishing to deploy the Gatewatch. Unfortunately, we know one of our good planeswalkers is on the bottom, but so I can scry here. Yeah, Jace is good enough. Granted, cast with Fires of Invention. Use Granted's ability. Yes. Deploy the Gatewatch. Alright. Oh, we only hit one? We only hit one? Oh, what? Bullshit. Alright, I guess we're plussing Jace? That is tragedy. On the other hand, we did just bottom 6 garbage cards. So, if we had to actually draw through that, that would have been kind of awful. Well, damn. I do want to get a way to kill this. Okay. All right, you got my thing. I'll take the clue. And he's going to attack and kill Jace because he does exactly 5. But I did get a clue and 5 loyalty off of Oko for it, so it could be worse. Wait. He just attacked me? What? Whoa. It's not what I expected. Well, I know I'm going to cast Supreme Verdict next turn. That fires is not so great. Alright, so what can I do? I can play Verdict, Oko, Verdict, Oko, make a food. No. Verdict, Oko. Yeah, I think that might be the case. I could minus Jace. But what would minusing Jace get me? I think I've got spells to play this turn. So let's Verdict. So plussing Jace means he's going to attack me for like 2 next turn. Not even. He's going to turn the Copter into a creature. Do I play this land? What are the upsides of playing the land? I feel like that the odds that I have the time to play and bounce Fae of Wishes is quite low. I suppose it's not 0. But I already have 1 garbage card to discard to it. And I'm only going to play the Fae of Wishes if I have 2 garbage cards. Because otherwise I'd be playing the real cards. Another tracker, it's a good card. Okay, so he's got another clue. He's also got that Karn going, which is not the best for me. So he gets to attack for 4. 5 if he makes a Karn struct. Attacking me with both, okay. I don't need to sack the food yet. Okay, well, the Dragon God is good. So what could I do? I could... Dragon God. Kill the tracker. Dragon God, kill the tracker. Minus... do I need a plus Jace? Oh, yeah. I think... So I think it's... Dragon God. I've got lots of options. I think killing the tracker is still the best option of them. Cast Fae of Wishes. Plus Jace. Turn the needle into food. Then if he draws a bounce spell... I think I can turn the needle into an elk. And with the food, I should be still alive. I think I'm going to give him the redundant Oko as opposed to giving him the Fleece Mane Lion, but those are problems, certainly. This is turning into a sweet game. You know, I think there's a good chance that I pick up the Fae of Wishes this turn. Too bad I don't have another Wrath in the board. Yeah. What is he playing? Wow. More Oko. Yeah, actually gonna go ahead and return it. Not only would it die, but I just want to cast Granted. Ooh, Teferi. I like that. I like that a lot. That is really good. All right. All right. So, Granted. Cast with Fires of Invention. Yes. Oath of Teferi. Oath of Teferi. Cast with Fires of Invention. Exile Fires of Invention. Oh look, I can cast spells. Also, I have 2 activations on all of my planeswalkers. So there's that. Teferi. Bounce Pithing Needle. Deafening Clarion. This is so good. Oh, see, that right there is why the Fires of Invention Oath of Teferi interaction is not irrelevant. Holy shit, does that matter sometimes. Oh, that is so good. As you might be able to tell, I'm actually really having fun with Pioneer. It's just fun. And I'm happy playing it. And it's great. Oh god. That fucking I like how drawing the Deafening Clarion was just like the insult to injury that was the sick awesomeness of that turn. Thoughtseize is not great here, but honestly, this deck against Thoughtseize decks, like, come on, you're trying to 1-for-1 me when my deck is a pile of 17 Planeswalkers and Assorted Wraths. Like, good luck. You're gonna need it. This is maybe too many Interplanar Beacons. I will bottom any land. Oh, God. There's too good of odds that he's playing some aggressive-leaning black-green deck, and I just need that. Yeah, like, if he's playing Scoozes... Alright, so we're just gonna play that, and... I mean, sure, there's a chance that he kills this with push or decay or something, but... Sure. I'd really like a Teferi. That's very close to a Teferi, but not actually the thing. I think I'm gonna cool on the Deafening Clarion for a turn. I just feel like I can do better than 1-for-1, and I'm not under that much pressure. Also, if I shocked, that'd be like... I'm only taking 1 more damage than I would have if I shocked. Who knows, maybe I'll get to kill something else, like a Tireless Tracker. That's not Tireless Tracker, and I need something better than Deafening Clarion. Well, I suppose that I should probably cast Supreme Verdict. So next turn's probably going to be one of the more embarrassing Oath of Teferis, but at least I get to flicker the Temple of Epiphany and get a free scry towards a actual Planeswalker. So, yeah. Siege Rhino. Oh, that's not good for me. I need something good. Well, I guess this is where we're at. All right. Deafening Clarions don't feel great here, but Verdict definitely seems like the thing. Deathrite. Play another small creature that I can Deafening Clarion. Not small. Blue, white, not. Oh, that was a punt. I should have played the other Interplanar Beacon first. That was somewhat embarrassing. Oh well. At least I get to play the Temple of Enlightenment. Fires. Fires is good, but I feel like I need to get some action. I need something real. Curious if he's going to replay the Deathrite or just discard it to the Arcbow. Too bad Teferi doesn't shut down the Arcbow. Actually, the Arcbow... Well, I'm glad I put it to the bottom. Blue. All right. Fires. Cast with fires. Get myself another scry. Plus Teferi again. I'm not in a bad position. I'm just not in a great position. It really depends if he hits a Rhino or just like something lackluster, because 4 is not the deepest you could dig. Brimaz is pretty close to bad for me. Nicol Bolas. I like the Bolas. I think Bolas is a good card here, to say it mildly. I think what I want to do is Bolas and then plus myself into like... What's something big? I want something big. Narset? Not Narset, Elspeth. That's her name. The part where I gain 3 life by casting my Nicol Bolas Dragon God that I get to activate two times in the turn that I spent 0 mana on is a pretty good deal. I do want to kill Brimaz, but I just want to draw into something else that I can cast this turn. Arset does the trick. Yeah, no regrets that I went and grabbed out an Arset. Yeah, I can get it to Fairy Hero of Dominaria. Wait, don't F6 yet. I can activate her again. Alright. So I got it to Fairy, and I got a Garruk. Well, I'm at 16. He might be able to kill the Bolas. And then I get to play Garruk, make 4 wolves, and Teferi tuck something and, like, draw a card or something? I don't know. What's he find? What's he find? He whiffed. He got nothing. Okay, he discarded a card, got nothing. He cannot kill Nicol Bolas this turn. This is where you want to be. You're like, oh, I'm playing against a mid-range deck and I'm just playing giant piles of Planeswalkers with synergy that all are free? Okay. Why don't I gain 6 life while playing my Nicol Bolas and Narset that draw me like 4 cards? Ah, God. Yeah, I know the deck isn't good, but who cares? This is hilarious. Oh, Teferi. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We cast Garruk. Oh, I should not enjoy this as much as I do, but it's just... Alright. Step 1, we cast the Garruk. Step 2, we cast the Teferi. He will concede during this turn. He is not taking another turn. Like... Step 3. We bounce our own Fires of Invention. Because we need. Alright. Step 4. That's Deafening Clarion to get rid of his cat soldiers. Let's plus. Alright, we got an ETB. What do we got? We got a whiff. Alright. When does he concede? Alright. Let's plus Nicol Bolas again. Suppose we can plus it to Fairy. Let's make 2 wolves. Let's make 2 more wolves. Let's play 2 fairies. Alright, so I have more Planeswalkers than he has cards in hand and in play. More Planeswalkers than he has cards in hand and in play. Okay. Go ahead. Good luck. I wonder what you can draw to get out of this. I don't think it's Temple Garden. I don't think that's the card that gets you out of this. Because Nicol Bolas gets to plus twice and exile 2 lands. Bolas is in strip mine mode. Yeah. Okay. Well, he's got some amount of graveyard stuff going on, so I'll go ahead and put the Rest in Peace in. Deafening Clarion seemed fine-ish, but not tremendous. I think I can go down the Oath. And what's fine to cut? I think I don't need to pressure his Planeswalkers so much, and he doesn't have tons of early interaction, so shave a Heart of Kieran. Maybe I'll regret it. He did seem mid-rangey enough for me to just want all the top end, just to stay so far over the head of his stuff that he can't do anything. I mean, sure, it looked a little dicey, but until I drew 2 Supreme Verdicts in a row. But, you know, when you put 3 Supreme Verdicts, you're going to draw them. I'm not putting in more Deafening Clarions because, like, Brimaz and Siege Rhino all both dodged it, but 2 seems appropriate to kill, like, Scoozes and Death Rites and, you know, cheap nonsense. So I go a couple lands into, like, Oko and Deafening Clarion. Yeah, that seems okay. Yeah, I go a couple lands into either Oko or Deafening Clarion. Okay, well, no more Oko. Fortunately, I do have other Planeswalkers that I can draw. Pyrus is nice. Nah, I don't need another land. I already have 4. And I don't even care about colors, because I've got basically all the colors I need up until I play Fires, at which point I don't even need colors. So. Not playing a 2-drop. See, that's the nice thing. I don't know if Duress is actually good against me, because it slows him down. It's not a creature that's pressuring me, and then, like, I'll get to a late game that's better than yours. Like, because his late game is not better than whatever I'm doing. I think the only late games that I'm actually afraid of are, like, Approach of the Second Sun and Nexus if I can't get enough Prison-y pieces down. And by Prison-y pieces, I mean busted 3-mana walkers. I have drawn only lands since that Fires, so that is a little worrying, but he hasn't done anything. I'm guessing this is a Siege Rhino. He can't have kept a hand that had literally 0 pressure. Alright. That's fine. I can eat a Siege Rhino to the face. Huh. I mean, sure. Him re-triggering the ETB on Siege Rhino is a little awkward, but I still gain stuff from bouncing it. More importantly, I waste his time, which means that the next turn I can go, like, Teferi plus, or Teferi tuck, probably. Probably tuck the Siege Rhino, and then I don't like the second Fires on Invention, though. I'd like to get rid of it. Ah, no! Duress? A Duress that matters? Awful. Tragedy. Suppose I just wait. He's probably going to kill the Teferi. There is a bit of an anti-synergy between Fires of Invention and the plus on Teferi. Alright, well, there's another Thoughtseize getting rid of the Deafening Clarion. Stop. I mean, 1 Rhino is something, but it's still not the greatest pressure I have ever faced. Maybe I should get, like, a couple of the castles in here. It's probably worth it just to have mana, something to do with my mana when I have Fires of Invention in play. But I just need to stop drawing lands and draw, like, one of my giant stacks of Planeswalkers. Another Siege Rhino. Oh, shall I? I would like a Wrath at this point. That's starting to be a priority. Drawn from Dreams? Fantastic here. Okay. Well, if I draw only lands, I will in fact lose the game. Hey, Kitesail Freebooter, check out the fact that I still have just lands in hand. I guess you snagged my Fires of Invention. Alright, so I need quite badly a Supreme Verdict. Well, okay then. That is, I suppose, a thing. I still like the configuration. I think it's actually quite good. I just think that I needed to not draw lands for every turn. Especially after my opponent had, you know, multiple Thoughtseizes. I mean, the sand isn't good. It's just really not. But I don't like mulliganing when I have lands on the play against someone who's running discard spells. At least I've got a 7-drop lined up for turn 7. All right. Let's play off the top of the deck. Not bad. Could really go for like a Jace here. Jace would be good. That's not good for me. That's very, very not good for me. I did like the part where he forgot to plus, but I've got a lot of draws that are good here. Teferi's good. The big Teferi. Jace, Drawn from Dreams. The Wishes guy. You could go for a Fave Wishes. Wish for Deploy the Gatewatch, probably. Or maybe Pithing Needle wouldn't be a good wish target. Deploy the Gatewatch, probably. Well, he's got my Supreme Verdict. Not that I could have cast it on anything. Drawn from Dreams. That is a card I wanted to draw. Let's get me some stuff. I could do Fae of Wishes, Fires of Invention. I could do Fires of Invention, Dragon God. Yeah, I think I gotta grab the Fires and the Dragon God so that I can blow up this Gideon. I just hope it's not another Thoughtseize. I don't even know what he takes here. Like, both cards do nothing without the other. Alright, well, at least I have the Fires. So I take 5 here. Still got some good draws, like Teferi, Any planeswalker. Actually, any spell. Alright. Sometimes you play against Thoughtseize decks, and they draw more Thoughtseizes than you draw spells. That's depressing. Okay. I'm not dead yet. I'm still alive. I can draw any of my expensive planes. Well, I guess Nicol Bolas is discarded, but I could draw Elspeth, I could draw Garruk, I could draw Teferi, I could draw Fae of Wishes, wish for Deploy the Gatewatch, and get 2 of them. That'd be pretty good. Alright. Well, I need something good, and I draw an Elspeth. Which is not enough in the face of the Rhino, right? I take 2, 3. I take exactly enough to kill me. Alright. Well, look, that just was not good draws at all in the second 2 games. And it's not even like, my cards didn't work. It's just like a million lands. Still, that's life. Moving on. Alright, yes, let's play first. That's only got 1 land. This is acceptable, yes. Alright, I think I bought him the Howland Fountain. Do I play the Fae of Wishes, or do I just wait on it? Either. I think I just wait on it. So Teferi is exactly what I want against a Marvel deck, because it just prevents Marvel from doing anything. Oh, Heart of Kiran. Interesting. I suppose since I can cast Granted at instant speed, I might as well just wait to see what he's going to play before I wish for something. That's a little unfortunate, but only a little. Alright, what could I get? Is this only 14 cards? Am I missing a card from my sideboard? Huh. I guess when I was making changes, something went wrong. I think I got enough late game power. I'm just take the Grafdigger's Cage. And that just prevents Marvel from doing anything at all. So if he is actually a Marvel deck, I'm not going to lose to it. Maybe it's too safe, but... Alright. So the real question is, this turn, how afraid of Marvel am I? So he could make a thing with Gilded Goose. I think I'm going to take the risk that he is Marvel this turn. On the theory that, like, if the best he could do is, like, Wild Slash and play a tap land and make it Treasure... probably in okay shape. So worst case scenario is, well, I guess he plays Marvel, land, energy producer that makes energy, spins, Ulamog, badness. That's worst case. Saheeli Rai. I was wrong. He's not playing Marvel, he's just playing Saheeli. Or maybe he's playing both. So let's play Jace. Plus Jace. Alright, this feels like a good position. So I can't die to the cats. He's probably not Marvel. Maybe. He could be Marvel plus cats. That is a thing that he could be. Chandra's. Oh. Well, that's a little awkward. He gets to kill my Teferi. I think I'm going to continue not dying to his cats. And let's just play out Bolus. I'm betting the junk in his hand is removal spells. I'm going to just play whatever's on top of his deck. I think I'm going to just get rid of the Heart of Kirin. It's the thing that's pressuring my boluses, or my planeswalkers. Alright, is he going to scry top or bottom? Oh man. He's got a Felidar Guardians. What am I gonna do? He sits and thinks and like, oh right, Jace. Alright then. Alright, well I guess you can play it with the Chandra and just have it exist. Teferi. I could bounce the cat, but do I even want to? I think I'll just bounce a goose. Or a food. I think I just bounce a food. Should probably have played Temple of Triumph first. Don't want fires at this point. Play Oath. We're gonna re-trigger our that thing. Oko. Sure, let's make a food. Let's get our protection from cats going. And then we can also just do this. Oh. Maybe I should have done that first to get that Oath of Gideon. But I'm actually just going to take the Garruk anyways, so... Oh, I could give... Here. You can have the cage, I'll have the Felidar Guardian. Yeah, I don't think I need the Temple of Triumph. All this stuff is fine. Okay, yeah. I like how Bolas plussed twice because of Oath of Teferi to get 2 Planeswalkers, which also both plussed twice. That was kind of funny. Alright. We want Pithing Needles and Authority of the Consuls. Yeah, I think Oath of Gideon is going to get removed from the build. Deafening Clarion seems like a thing I can shave. I don't think I need any of them. And I can go down like all of those. Go down Garruk. Just trim a little on the Planeswalkers, and if I need to, I can always wish for. Then I'll have a giant Planeswalker I can wish for. Do I care for this hand? I have 2 Teferis for bouncings, but I don't have a 3rd land. 2 fires. I think I want to mulligan that. This hand is not altogether worse, in fact. I have lands. Oh god, it's going to be another one of those games, isn't it? I'm going to flood out horribly. Fave Wishes. Yeah, I think I'll top that. Next turn, Heart of Kirin. Turn after that, Fire of Invention, Fave Wishes. Definitely going to be taking a beating from this heart. So what am I going to wish for, actually? Maybe I should have bought him the Fave Wishes. Oof, that's brutal. I think I need the Hail Mary. Deploy the Gatewatch, and if I can make it to turn, if I can survive 2 more turns, I probably can survive 2 more turns unless he's got a I mean, if he's got a Saheli, I'm just dead, so. So he's gonna bounce fires, yeah. Oh, he doesn't hit me with a heart. Nice. Sweet. Alright. Jeez. Dem to fairies. I don't think Oko actually really improved my situation here, so I'm going to just use the Oath of Teferi, flicker a land, and see if I can scry into another... So I want to keep an untapped land here, because then I can deploy the Gatewatch and maybe get something good going. Okay. Oh, he's going to bounce the Oath of Teferi. Awesome. That's perfect for me. So I can play Oath of... I can... Yeah, that just is amazing. Okay. Sweet. Well, I guess I will need a way to get rid of the Heart of Kirin. Or block it. I guess I can play my own Heart of Kirin, that'll be fine. Potentially. Alright, so let's do, yes. Cast with fires. Oh, if that's a negate, am I just dead now? Not just dead. I can cast this with fires. The sad thing is I didn't need to shock myself. So I die to an Oko. Well, I die to a lot of things. That negate hurt, though. That negate really hurt. Does he get a Saheeli? He gets a Stomping Ground. Don't love the part where it's untapped. Indicates that he can actually do something with it. Okay. If he pluses on the Felidar Guardian and animates the Heart of Kirin, he's seen the line. Okay, he has seen the line. Sadly, if I hadn't shocked myself, for some reason I was thinking I'd be playing Elspeth, but that's clearly not the case. All right. Yeah, I definitely need to work on the sideboard, especially the part where it's 14 cards. That it used to be 15, and then I was trying to make some tweaks. Yeah, I need some good ideas on what a good wish board would be. I feel like maybe I need something else. Yeah, this hand looks good. I don't think I need Elspeth at this point in time. Alright, well, you have a Heart of Kirin, I have a Heart of Kirin, but my Heart of Kirin has a Teferi Time Raveler to bounce yours. Oh, Verdict. Not bad. I could use fires or land that isn't red. Oko. Well, that's a Pithing Needle target if I've ever seen one. Let's do an authority. Let's do a Pithing Needle. Let's name Oko Thief of Crowns. And let's plus, I will decline to spend loyalty on my Teferi that does something to hit his Oko that currently does not. Alright, you got a Heart of Kirin. Could really go for a fires or, well, mostly I would like a land and then a fires. All right, I'll trade off Hearts of Kirin. That's fine with me. Saheeli Cat. I don't even know what he flickers, just like a land for the hell of it, because he can't flicker anything else. Oh, Glacial Fortress. Glacial Fortress is a Teferi. Plus. I said plus. Alright. Bolus, not good now. Will be good later. Do I have faith I'll draw lands? Yeah, when I've got this kind of stuff in hand. Well, Teferi's in play and stuff. Such. He hits the Time Raveler. I like how I'm immune to counter spells. That also feels good. He's like, well, Spellquiller's not doing very much. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's plus, and then say Oath of Teferi. What do I want to flicker? I guess just that, and then plus and plus. Play land. Yeah, I think from this position, another verdict looks pretty good. Let's just no on those. I suppose I might as well. I think he conceded. It had that very characteristic freeze of like, my opponent has scooped. And I mean, when your opponent just ulted Teferi and has more Teferis and has a stacked hand, you're probably not wrong to just say, yeah, we're done here. All right. Let's go. Yeah, that hand's fine. I could use a fires, another land, some wraths. Mulligans to 5 cards. All right. Unrelated question, for those of you who have gotten this far in the video, do you prefer if I split up matches into leagues into a match-by-match basis? Yeah, I suppose I'll keep Temple of Triumph. Split up leagues into a match-by-match basis, or just post it all in one big video. The big video is easier, but I feel like splitting it up tends to be a little nicer as a user experience. Not entirely sure what people prefer. I think I've asked this question before, but I think the answer was then people liked it split up more, but I didn't hear very much in one direction or another. If you care enough to respond, feel free. If you don't, I don't blame you. All right, I could play the Hallowed Fountain, and then the Heart of Kirin. And then next turn I can Narset, Impulse, and look for a Deafening Clarion. Wow, that's aggro. Well, I suppose he is red. But, just, wow, okay. Maybe he's missing lands. What was I talking about? Narset, look for Deafening Clarion. Yeah, well, any Wrath, actually, at this point. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Verdict. Just in case. Basically, because he could save a spell for that Favored Hoplite, and I don't want this Favored Hoplite. living through it. I want to make sure everything's dead. None of this halfway dead stuff. So whatever he attacks, I'm going to just Narset, Heart of Kirin, block something. I don't even care if he kills both of them. I just want to save life. So does he pump up the Swift Spear to kill the Heart? Does he pump up the Hoplite to try to do more damage? Or does he save his stuff because he knows there's a Verdict next turn? And it is a... Oh, wow. Alright, that's the thing. Alright. Man, I haven't seen that card in forever. Alright, so I take 4, down to 8. Heart dies, so does Swift Spear. He's only got 2 cards left. Fires is nice. I like Fires here. Let's just take another Dragon God. Alright, so he's got 2 lands, 2 cards, and Bolas is coming next turn to start fucking shit up. I'm gonna just plus. He's got 5 cards. I removed 20% of his resources just by plussing. And then I'm gonna Jason plus. Or I'm going to draw Oath of Teferi, which is absolutely, totally friggin' perfect. Man, the interaction between these cards is actually really sick. Like, I don't think this deck is good, but I think if you figured out how to how to tweak it to be at the right spot, it could have potential in a slower metagame. One where Wraths are useful. Like, sure, it absolutely needs the right metagame to exist in order to be remotely playable. But I could see metagames where that is the case, is what I'm trying to say. As good as Bolas was there, let's shave a couple Boluses. Let's shave an Oko and an Oath. And another Oath. Yeah. Not feeling the Oath of Gideon. It was cute, but I think, unlike Oath of Teferi, which is like very good and very impactful, the Oath of Gideon just is too low impact to justify actually playing. I think I wanted it. That's what it was. I put it in before I had the Fae of Wishes. And the Fae of Wishes has been a nice bridge between powerful late game potential with fires and just like a 1/4 flyer block's pretty good. Especially against the Sea of... Okay, I have 2 Scry lands to find a untapped land for turn 3 Deafening Clarion. So I get a lot of looks at an untapped land. I feel like I should be able to get there with 26 lands. Does seem like a good card. I should eat lunch soon. Alright. I like that. Alright. Come on, play 2 creatures and no pump spells. Don't play another creature, not another pump spell. Another creature. Come on. Second 10th District Legionnaire. Ow. Probably just going to be dead. Like, this is going to be 10 damage on turn 3 from 1 creature. Deafening Clarion's just not enough. I need 3 mana Teferi, and I'm drawing an island. I guess I'm playing Narset. I can't imagine him not having a pump spell to kill me, though. None of these are remotely useful, so I guess I'll take Drawn from Dreams, which has the highest potential of actually mattering. I guess, like, the winning line, or the potentially surviving line. There wasn't a survival line. The survival line was being on the play against that. That was painful. All right, let's see if we can 4-1 this league. And then I'm definitely having lunch. All right, let's see. Where do we get to? I'm feeling kind of good about the main deck for the most part. I think, like, the main deck's probably like 5 cards off where it'll end up at. And then the sideboard, I've got no clue. Well, 2 bad hands in a row means I'm probably screwed. I should have played the other land first. Just to, because I'm going to play basically two tap lands in the first couple turns. And if I had played the other tap land first, then I would have been able to save my scry for a turn later. So I would have scryed with more information. Dreadhorde Arcanist. So I guess I like turn his... Turning it into an elk just doesn't help me. Because, like, I turn it into an elk, he plays a pump spell, he kills it. I don't turn it into an elk, he plays a pump spell and kills it. I'll just go for the option that gives me food. At least this way the pump spell gets exiled from his graveyard. I just want him to dump a couple more creatures. Perfect. I don't like the part where he's drawing an extra couple cards, though, but... Oh, I'm certain that deck's gotta have Feather. I mean, you could look at it this way, that Oko's gained me, like, 9 life. Which, for one card, like, it's not bad. Well, down on cards by a whole lot, mostly due to mulligans. What would be good? Teferi? Teferi would be good. I guess either Teferi, but I was really thinking the big one. Getting up to... I just want a Planeswalker. Alright. That kills his dude, so... that's good enough for me. Maybe he'll run out of actual creatures. Seems unlikely, but... from here, either of the 6-mana walkers, either one would be good. Yeah, I just want spells. I just want a spell. This is a little late for Authority of the Councils, but if I get another Wrath, it'll be okay. Uh-oh. So I'm dead if he has another Titan Strength? And then I need to draw a spell. Well, I guess hoping for better than a 3-2 is somewhat optimistic with this deck. But most of my matches that I've lost have felt like this, where I've gotten really close to winning. So I feel like if I just tweak it a little bit and get a little bit closer to, you know, good, it's not totally out of reach. Oh, well. That's a good draw. God's willing. Does that kill me? Probably. So I'm at 4. Not actually dead yet, actually. Yeah, that's not good. Because Teferi means that he can't actually flash back anything with Dreadhorde Arcanist. So he has to have an actual combat trick in hand that gives +3 damage, not just one in the graveyard. Now, if he goes to combat... Yes! I only take 1 damage, or he kills Teferi. Well, he kills Teferi, but I don't take any damage. So I survive a turn. I still need... like, any of my big cards. He's probably gonna... oh, he doesn't... yeah, now I'm dead. Ah, well. So, 3-2. I got pretty close in the 2 matches I lost. I felt pretty good. So, what changes would I make from here? I would get a 15th sideboard card. I think I'm done with the Oath of Gideon. So Grafdigger's Cage is good against Marvel. It's good against Emery Ascendancy, but I haven't seen very much of that. I think these should be all good enough against... I do like Double Authority. I do want the Verdict. Not sold on the Ashiok or the Narset. I do think having a couple Pithing Needles is pretty valuable. So I think, like, figuring out 3 cards to add from here, maybe like another... maybe another Drawn from Dreams. Maybe that's a little greedy. Anyways, something in this ballpark, maybe. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this deck as highly amusing as I did, and I'll see you next time.